Hey Libra, it's your birthday. Shake your booty like it's your birthday. You're the reason for the season. Hey Libra, yo, it's your birthday. Hey, Libra, it's Bojangles. And yes, welcome to your reading. Happy Libra season. Whether you are a Libra Sun and you're celebrating a birthday this season, you're a Libra Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever Libra placement you may have, we welcome you, me and Bobo. Welcome you to this reading. Thanks for being here, boo. All right, I'm ready to get into it. If you guys don't know, I'm Jess. I'm the owner of Taropist. So welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. On this reading, we do this for every sign during their season. And this is a little bit delayed because I went under the weather. So I'm feeling a little more better. And I'm pre-recording this and putting it up as a premiere. So I hope you guys are having fun in the chitty chat. Go ahead and throw those emojis up hit those emojis in the circle, hit the thumbs up, please and thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, do it. Just do it. Shia LaBeouf. And don't forget, when you do, hit the notification bell, set it to all so you know anytime that Jess goes live or uploads a new reading for you, like this one right here. So on this one, what we do is we take a look at your previous year, what it brought. Then we take a look at what you need to release, what you need to embrace, your focus for this year ahead, and then your birthday gifts, which is my favorite part. That's basically all the new, yummy, good stuff coming to you between now, this Libra season in 2025, to the next Libra season in 2026. Then finally, we make a wish on this lovely selenite candle that I've got right here. Getting a lot good, yummy, good. So regardless of whether or not these messages resonate, you want to stick around for that wish. Everyone needs a wish right now. We could all use extra wishes, and let's get into it. Libra, without further ado, only take what resonates, leave what doesn't for who it is meant for, my friends. I always give out multiple messages unless things are just like completely linear and just one linear message, then we stick with that and stay in that lane. It's whatever spirit wills. And so I surrender to whatever the Holy Spirit wants to share in this season. So let's get into it. Libra, first of all, your previous year, my boo, your previous year. What did the previous year bring for my Librans? What did the previous year bring for my Librans? And I do have timestamps in the description, just so you know. Okay. So, and hopefully also in the comments, but they're in the description now if you're watching this on the premiere, okay? Previous year for Libra, Libra. What did the previous year bring for Libra? Oh, some of you, it brought new love, boo. The Page of Cups flew right out, and the Fool. New beginnings in love, a fresh start. You have the Page of Pentacles underneath that. Some of you might have experienced a loss. Could have been dealing with the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could have been someone who was kind of cold with you and also off and on, hot and cold, or they were hot, then they're cold, they're yes and they're no, they're in and they're out, they're, you know, and then maybe they ultimately friend zoned you when all was said and done for some of you. Motorcycle or whatever that is out there. It might get a little noisy, Libra, because today was election day. Yes, they hold elections on Sunday. Anyway, today was election day, so there's been fireworks and celebratory craziness and whatever, and I'm not allowed to vote because I'm not a citizen, so I don't have any idea what's going on, but hopefully it works in all of our favor here who live in San Miguel. So anyway, so yeah, what I'm seeing is there may have been somebody that you were dealing with who was either they couldn't make up their mind when it came to you, or they were always hot and cold and off and on and in and out. They may have even been dealing with other people, or just, you know, kind of not wanting to commit, not really feeling like they had a firm direction with you in terms of where your connection was headed. You know, sometimes you might have felt like they were really into you, and then other times you felt like, okay, this person is just ignoring me or has nothing to do with me. I'm just like really confused about what is actually going on, right? So it's kind of flighty. And so I feel like it kind of felt like it was a missed opportunity. For some of you, maybe you had missed opportunity with more than one person. This is definitely feeling like it's giving love right now. So just roll with it for now. Um, you know, you may have felt like you lost more than one person. Maybe you were dealing again with like two people. With that 5 of cups and 2 of those eggs being crushed there. So it could be that you lost, or you felt like either you lost a soulmate connection with that 2 eggs equaling the 2 of cups, or you felt like there was again, or it could have been more than one person, or just a lot of regrets and disappointments. It might have been a year where you kind of reflected on the past and you were kind of like looking at the things that you lost and feeling a little bit hopeless for some of you when it came to the future. However, you've turned a corner because you have a new beginning coming up here. So again, from some of you may have been friend zoned if you were in some sort of a romantic, and it made me make sure that I see the lovers. So clarifying again for me that this has possibly something to do with the love connection for some of you, maybe more than one. So, you know, you may be in this energy, or you might have felt a little bit in this energy of like, woe is me. Like, why am I always in the friend zone? Why am I always getting sort of relegated to that position, which, you know, I don't feel like is a terrible thing, but I understand if you're searching for a soulmate, you're searching for a real connection when it comes to your love life, being relegated to a friend it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just not what you were looking for. You weren't looking to be friends. You were looking for more than friends. So so it kind of feels like for some of you, you know, it's been a year of feeling a bit sad. Some of you, if it doesn't resonate with you in a love respect, it may be that there was a pet that you lost in this last year. It could have been a friend that you lost in this last year. It could have been a child that you've been in separation from. Maybe communication with that child has been hot and cold and off and on. Some of you could be specifically fathers who are sort of absentee fathers, or you're like at a distance from your kids, or you're not you know, particularly in communication with them, or communication with them could be a little bit flighty or off and on. Okay, for some of you, it's like it was a year you were trying to like regain control of things and of the direction that your life was headed and make some decisions, but it might have felt like you couldn't really do that. Like it was like as much as you tried to retain or maintain some semblance of control, it felt like things were a little bit out of your control, or things were happening very fast around you without you really being able to like hold on to anything, you know, and feeling like, again, a lot of sadness, a lot of regret. But again, what I'm getting is that some of you turned a corner and you're now in this place, or you did at some point in this past year get to a place where you were ready for a fresh start. You're ready for a new beginning. You're ready to dream new dreams. So especially if you were in this 5 of cups, what I love about this for you, boo, is that you turned a corner here at some point. You turned a corner and you're like, you know what? I'm done feeling sorry for myself. I'm done feeling sad and regretful for what I lost or what I don't have anymore. I'm now ready to like go ahead and start seeing those cups, but in this deck it's eggs. Those eggs that are unbroken, that have yet to be realized, dreams and hopes and desires and wishes that I have yet to realize, that have yet to come to fruition for me, right? So I'm going to continue to manifest my heart's desire. I'm not going to give up faith and hope. I just am going to start again from the beginning. I'm going to start over. I'm ready for a fresh start. I'm ready for a beginning, a new beginning. I'm ready for a clean slate, and to see where these new dreams can take me and where they're bringing me, right? For some of you, again, it could be that you have found hope in a new love, maybe a younger water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be though, but it could be. For some of you, this isn't even about that. This is about just you setting off and embarking on a new adventure, a new dream that you're dreaming for yourself. So maybe you've got a dog. It could be you and the dog, you and the goldfish, whatever's clever, boo. Doesn't have to be that, but you packed up your bags and you're like, all right, let's go. Where are we going now? I'm ready to take that leap. I've cried all the tears. Let's move on. I do like that about Librans. You do have a tendency to bounce back, and I do admire that about you. You are very resilient beings, I should say. Okay, if that didn't resonate, don't worry about it, boo. We'll move on to the next one. But let's check and see, just in case there's any other messages. Anything else that this previous year brought for you? Libra, Libra. Clarity, truth, and justice too. There's your energy, Libra. I think some of you guys did a bit of soul searching in this past year, or not really soul searching with this hangman energy, but you took a pause, you took a beat, and you maybe looked at things from a holistic perspective. What am I not seeing here? What's the truth that I might be missing? What is it that what can I learn from this experience? Some of you are deciding to maybe start a new career, a new job. You maybe have given that some thought. You've maybe thought about even starting maybe your own business, or wanting to level up, having a desire and a drive now to maybe level up in your career or what it is that you do for work. You're maybe ready for the next step, the next level. Maybe that will require you going back to school, or changing jobs or switching locations. For some of you maybe had some kind of victory when it comes to a legal situation, a legal battle. You may have been fighting for a hot second, and maybe you have won that battle, or there's been a victory in your favor. Okay. Or you've come to some kind of settlement or agreement that you're happy with, or at least like brings closure and ending to something. But it feels like whatever you've done, being able to shift your perspective is a huge, I feel like a huge thing that's happened for you in this last year. You've had a major shifting in your perspective. Some of you maybe have seen a commitment. If it's not work, maybe it's a commitment that you were in. You're seeing it from a different light, a different perspective. For some of you, this was a marriage that you were in. I'm not seeing necessarily that it ended, but with this fresh start and new beginning, that could be you leaving one connection, particularly if it was a marriage, and moving on to new love. For some of you, this is you having a fresh start with your partner, with your person, maybe after uncovering some kind of truth, or allowing yourself to see things maybe from their perspective, their point of view, having conversations around that. It could have also been that there were conversations around a home, place you live, especially like for some of you, if you had like shared property or shared assets, you may be working through, sort of like what's yours, what's mine, sort of a thing. Okay. Kind of trying to find, I feel like here it's a lot of collaborative energy and trying to find common ground here. Okay. A peaceful outcome, something where you can kind of, there's a lot of energy of like balancing, of trying to kind of keep things balanced, trying to work something out, trying to come to some sort of peaceful resolution, especially again, if this was something to do with like a legal situation or something that you or someone that you were committed to, right? Can we find some sort of common ground? Can we look at things from each other's points of view, or at least can I see yours? Can we come to some kind of settlement, some kind of agreement? Okay. Can we reach a resolution so I can move on to my fresh start and my new beginning? So I feel like there was a lot of like clarity and truth that came forward in this last year as well for you, Libra. You maybe have come to some realizations and some truths about things. And maybe you've stood up for, or had to stand up for something that you felt was right? Some of you maybe have been involved in like social justice issues or things like that as well. Okay. Or fighting for truth, or fighting for what's right. Some of you, it's like you had to speak your truth and you had to kind of stand your ground when it came to certain situations or circumstances. Again, this could have been with regard to like commitment that you were in. It could have been involving work. You know, you maybe had to speak truth to power. Like maybe you had a situation with the boss where you're like, wait a second, this isn't fair treatment, or you're not doing this right, you're doing this dirty, or whatever it is. Okay. So our hours should be more fair. Our pay should be more fair. I told you there might be noise, so if you hear that. And again, for some of you, I'm getting very strongly like there was definitely something to do with like a marriage contract, commit, like maybe you had a prenup, maybe you had a divorce agreement, agreement here. Had a split, like if you guys had a house, maybe there was a selling of the house or splitting of assets for some of you guys. Okay. But I feel like you've seen the truth. You've seen the light. You're free now and you're ready to move forward to this new dream, this new beginning, which looks really good for you. Sorry about that, you guys, if you can hear that. All right. This is for Libra, Libra. What does Libra need to release from this past year or this old energy as we move towards the new? Your energy like as we're transitioning, Libra, your energy is just getting really good. Really, really good. Ow. Okay. I guess a lot of people are really happy about the outcome of the election. Oh my God. Okay. I wish I knew. I'm going to have to ask somebody. All right. Anyways, Libra, your energy is beautiful. What you need to release. You've got the Knight of Cups and you've got the Six of Swords. Okay. You got to know when to hold them and you got to know when to fold them, Libra. Okay. I feel like some of you need to get really good or better, maybe about either acknowledging others' boundaries or respecting your own and setting your own boundaries. Okay. Seven of Wands under that King of Swords. Male or female doesn't matter. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But this is about being authoritative when it comes to what you will and will not tolerate. With the Knight of Cups though and the Six of Swords coming out for you, the Knight of Cups is an energy of someone who's sort of blissfully ignorant. Especially in this deck, it's kind of the energy of somebody who's wrapped up a little bit in the limerence of it all, right? Someone who's leading and clouded by led by and clouded by their feelings and their emotions, that watery energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this is a feeling in a sense of being able to know when it's time to move on and move forward and sort of avoid disaster with that tower behind them and that Six of Swords, right? Sometimes when we're too clouded by our emotions and our feelings, we can't really see exactly what's good for us and what's not good for us, right? If people are being honest, truthful, or if they're out to get us. And there's a need to be more discerning. That Knight of Cups is an immature energy. It's a youth. It's a youthful energy. It's not a king. Okay. The King of Swords is very wise and very discerning, right? He's able to very logically assess a situation. He's not led by his feelings and his emotions, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would believe that we should all strive to get to wise mind, which is a tenet of dialectical behavioral therapy, which I use a lot in some of my readings, which is a meeting of the thoughts, the intellect, right? Our mental reasoning, and our intuition and our feelings and our emotions, which aren't necessarily, we don't want to conflate those necessarily, but water energy is intuitive energy. It's also emotional energy, right? Sword energy is mental energy. This is the party that won, and I don't know which one it is, but they've been they've been driving by with this song for like ever. I'm so glad the election's over. Anyway, that if the mic is picking that up at all. So the wise mind is the marrying of the two. It's being able to tap in and tune into and understand what we're being called to and led to intuitively, and what our feelings and our emotions are telling us, which are very mercurial. And also what our mind, our intellect, our thoughts are telling us, what we know to be true from what we've learned and researched and studied and all of that, right? So it's a meeting of the two. So what we've got here, somebody who I feel like, and then underneath this is like, needing to kind of restrain some of that like instinctive and emotional pull towards something, and instead like pause, take a beat, intellectualize, think about it, process it from a logical perspective, and then move forward to avoid any impending sort of disaster or doom there with that tower in the background, right? Being able to know when to move on, being able to also, I feel like with the Knight of Cups and the Six of Swords, to forgive and move forward. Not forgive and forget, but to forgive, to know when to forgive, when to apologize, when to offer that, heartfelt communication, and then move forward with grace, right? Move forward with grace, avoid disaster, avoid conflict and confrontation. But to understand, like, okay, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to move forward. I'm being called now in a new direction. I need to refrain from like allowing my feelings to take hold and my emotions to take hold, but to use wise mind to understand, okay, I can, because again, that's also shows emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence doesn't mean that we know how to emote, that we can emote. What emotional intelligence means is that we don't allow, we understand our emotions, we acknowledge them, we can name them, we can experience them, but we don't allow them to control us. We control them, right? And so this is sort of taking those emotions captive, understanding like, okay, I'm acknowledging how I feel, I'm understanding how I feel, but I'm able to move forward in a way that brings peace, which means I'm not going to react necessarily out of how I feel, but I'm going to be wise enough to know, like, okay, I'm going to move forward now, and I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to offer apology, I'm going to offer forgiveness, and I'm going to move forward, right? So releasing that need to sort of be right or control the situation or engage more in the fight and in the battle, and just be like, you know what? I'm going to let the softer side take over. I'm going to be like, shake on it and move forward. I'm ready to move on. Six of Swords. We're moving on to calmer waters, so to speak. This is not the place for us anymore. Okay. So, it's kind of a few different messages there, but I hope that resonated for y'all. Also, the night of, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. That's what I got for you on that. What do you need to embrace, my boo? What do you need to embrace, my Librans? What do my Librans need to embrace from this last year? Any lessons, any wisdom, any insight that's like, okay, don't leave that back there. Bring it with. We need to remember. All right. Libra, Libra. What do you need to embrace, Libra? Ooh, okay. Big Daddy, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Maybe that means something to you. Are they going to come back around this way again? Lord have mercy. Some of you guys, there's an ex here that's showing up in your energy, past person. I feel like you got to let them go, by the way, boo. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Like, you had that painful ending, and I feel like there's still this this lingering sense of disappointment around it. And it's just like, let it go. And it was not for you, right? What I got with this King of Pentacles, though, is it's time for you to make some plans. It's like whatever didn't work out, it's done. It's done, dusted. You got to let it go. For some of you, there's something new waiting for you, but it's waiting on the other side of you committing to something. And I feel like that's for some of you committing to some kind of plans. You might have had some kind of inspiration or idea that you've been chewing on. That's especially if this is like calling you or leading you into a particular direction, like you've been feeling this like urge or nudge to like take action on some sort of plans that you've been formulating or chewing on in your mind, right? So there's this sense of like commit to it. When you feel inspired and you're feeling called and you're feeling led in a particular direction, those bursts of inspiration, I don't feel like are meant to live and die in your head, Libra. I feel like you're meant to embrace them, write them down, start formulating a plan, a strategy. Like, how can this, instead of counting yourself out, like, I don't know if this can ever work out. I don't know if that idea is too big or too grandiose, or who do I think I am? Like, no, it came up in your spirit for a reason. So write it down, mull on it, chew on it. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to take action on it, although you could be feeling very called to, but at least I feel like commit to something. Don't just let the ideas live and die in your head. Commit to something. At least commit to making a plan, formulating a strategy, whatever it is that you so desire to do. And some of you, it could be traveling, it could be a move, it could be somebody here that you want to connect with who's at a distance from you. Like, whatever that is that you're feeling called to, commit to it. Don't just think about it. Don't just hope about it. Don't just be like, and write it off. Like, commit to it, I feel like, okay? Also, I feel like some of you, this could be related to your work or career. You may be feeling like you're ready for an improvement with your career. You may be feeling like you're ready to grow in your career, to move to the next step, to the next level. And so if you're feeling so called to do that, and that's something in this last year that you were really feeling led to, I feel like this is the year, or you need to carry that with you into this next year of your life, boo. And to really like step up to it and be like, yeah, you're ready for more responsibility. But I feel like too, this is giving me an energy of like, commit to the things that you're already responsible for too, Libra. If you already have commitments, if you have kids, if you have pets, if you have a business, if you have a home, if you have whatever it is that you're responsible for, a spouse, whatever, like commit to it. Commit to it. Don't just say the words, but actually take the action that shows that you're committed to it. Okay. And if that's like a human being, how does commitment look? It means being consistent. It means showing up every day. It means doesn't matter if they're, and this is people that you're committed to in your life, like that you're responsible for, like a spouse or kids or your relatives or whatever, your pets, right? This means like every day, like if I don't feed I'm committed to my cats. I'm committed to Mr. Bojangles over there that you saw at the beginning of this live. I'm committed to him. Like I committed to be the responsible human being over him. And so that means that I show up for him every day. Every day I feed him. I can't miss a day not feeding him or giving him water. It means I give him affection every day. Every day, if I don't give him pets or hugs or snugs or whatever, he's not a happy kitty, and he'll feel abandoned and he'll feel mistreated and he'll feel like, I can't, like, I'm committed to him. So I have to show up for him every single day. And so that's what it means to really, really be committed to somebody. Now, obviously, like if you have friends, you don't have to necessarily show up every single day, but you do need to show up consistently. And that's like your job. If you don't show up to your job every day, boo, you're going to get fired. All right. Anything else that my lovely Librans need to embrace? Anything else that they need to embrace? Libra, Libra. There may be somebody here. You could be dealing with there's definitely new love coming for some of you. Okay. Definitely new love coming for some of you. This is really calling for you to really listen to your intuition when it comes to this person. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could be an Aries. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be. But this is asking for you to really listen to your intuition when it comes to this connection, okay? Really listen to your intuition. Really, really get curious about this person. Page of Swords. Take the time to really get to know them. Really take the time to get to know them, to understand them, to learn about them, to ask questions. I just did a personal reading for somebody, and this kind of energy came up in this sense of like, start to be curious about people. Sometimes we move on the emotion and the feeling and the vibes, and we don't really take a beat and ask the important questions that qualify the relationship, that ensure that, okay, I feel the feelings are mutual, but let me get to know you a little bit better. Let me look deeper than just the vibes. Okay, we're vibing, awesome, but let me look deeper than that. What's below the what's beneath the surface? Let me pull back those layers like an onion, because everyone is hiding something, right? Like we don't show all of ourselves to everybody, and especially not at the very beginning. So it's really good to qualify those connections. You have to know yourself first in order to do that. You have to really know yourself. But ask the important questions. Make sure you're really in alignment, and it's not just emotionally, but you're in alignment when it comes to the way you see the world. You're in alignment when it comes your worldview, when it comes to your faith, when it comes to where you see yourself going in the future, like where you are in your life now and where you both want to go, where you're headed, what you want in a connection, what does what does intimacy mean to you? What does how do you feel and receive? How do you receive love? How do you give love? What's your views on family? What's your views on, you got to get to know somebody. You got to really, really understand them. So I feel like this is saying like new connection, bravo, but also take your time to be curious about the person, get to really know them. Okay. Alrighty. All right, your focus, my boos. Let's get it. I forgot to timestamp the embrace, but that's okay. Okay, what should your focus be from now until the next year in 2026, October of 2026? What should your focus be? What should your focus be? Then we're going to do birthday gifts, so don't go nowhere. That's my favorite part. It was terrible. What was that? Sharp? Okay. Libra, Libra, very. What's the focus for Libra in this next year? What's their focus? Oh my. Some of you guys, your confidence might have been, yeah, okay. So for some of you, your confidence might have been shaken a little bit in this last year. If you're a male Libra, you may have started to sense or get some stuff around your I don't know how old y'all are, and this is not for everybody, and don't shoot the messenger, but I'm just saying, I just felt for some of you men, you might have start to feel like, things aren't working like they used to. You know what I mean? Things aren't quite working like they used to. Maybe your drive isn't the same, or the equipment's been a little faulty. Even if you're a female, maybe you're noticing similar things, like things just aren't quite moving and grooving like they used to. Again, it could also just be like a changing or shifting in the desire. It could be the way things are functioning or not functioning. But even if it's not that, it could have been like, you've taken maybe some verbal beatings, some blows to your confidence, okay, just in general. And I feel like this next year, this is a lot about you overcoming certain fears and insecurities when it comes to yourself. Kind of rebuilding yourself, building yourself back up. I don't know if, again, somebody said something to you, or people said something to you that was hurtful or cut you down in some kind of way, and was like, again, a blow to your confidence. It could have been rejection. You could have been ghosted by somebody. It could have been by a father or father figure, because this freaking emperor keeps wanting to show up. Or maybe it was your kids, if you are a father figure, or a mother. It just feels though too, like also verbally, I'm getting like somebody might have said something that just cut you down to size and made you feel not so great about yourself. So there's this feeling and sense of like you're in this wounded warrior energy, and you're needing to kind of build yourself back up, needing to reaffirm who you are and not be afraid to kind of, show yourself, for who you are. If it wasn't something to do with, your sexual organs or equipment, it could have been something else to do with your physical appearance, something to do with your physicality that might have made, or that somebody might have said something that was hurtful to you, is what I'm kind of getting there with that. But for some of you, it could have been an idea you had, or a dream that you had, or something that, and something that inspired you, and somebody was like, can't do that. What are you talking about? Look at you. Like, kind of giving that energy. So it's a feeling of like, yeah, this next year is going to be about you rebuilding your confidence and overcoming some fears. Some of you might have been struggling with anxiety. Some of you, again, I'm getting so much about like your appearance, something to do with your physicality. It could be also like you aging or something like that. There's something here where there's a fear that's crept in that I don't think was there before. And I feel like you used to maybe be someone who exuded confidence, or somebody that, believed in themselves and their ideas, who had good energy. And it's kind of feeling like you've been cut down. Like I said, you've been like cut down to size. It could have been like a dream that you had, didn't come to fruition, or was lost, which did show up a little bit earlier in your reading. So it's again this energy of like, okay, this year is going to be about you overcoming your fears, you taking back control of yourself, of your life, especially when it comes to like your physical appearance, doing something that's going to make you feel really good about yourself, focusing on, again, rebuilding after being cut down. Tell me more about what Libra should be focusing on for this next year, from now until October 2026. Tell me more about what Libra should be focusing on. This is for Libra. This is for Libra. Libra, Libra. Tell me more about what Libra should be focusing on. Ooh, the star wanted to come out. So I feel like I'm hearing na 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 da da na na na. I'm the king of wishful thinking. I'm the king of wishful thinking. And I had the star. So I feel like this is about like you sort of like renewing your wishful thinking, like your hope, your faith, you know, could be about a lot about you renewing your faith. I really felt like that hit something there. Some of you have lost some hope and lost some faith, and you need to, it's time to renew that in this next year. Again, there's something about plans for you guys. Two of Wands, like, and there she is again, the Queen of Wands. There's a new beginning that's waiting for you, and I feel like it's just like, it's just sort of lingering in the air, you know what I mean? It's just kind of sitting there. And there's this need, I feel like, for you guys to just like make the plan, just do the thing. It's calling to you, this new beginning, this new idea, this fresh burst of inspiration. When it strikes, write it down, go with it, make a plan, just do it, or commit to something. Because I feel like you're being called in a direction, and it's just a matter of like, yes, that inspiration is there for a reason. So, whew, Lord. You got the Five of Swords in Judgment, my friends. Okay. So, icky. All right. I feel like there's a beef here that some of you guys need to squash and just let go of that crap. Like, you kind of got that on what you need to release as well a little bit, because you had the Six of Swords, remember, in what you need to release. And now in terms of your focus, here comes the Five of Swords and Judgment. So it's sort of like there's an opportunity that maybe I was going to say, let bygones be bygones. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. Let bygones be bygones. There may be an opportunity for you in this next year where maybe somebody that you had some kind of argument, falling out with, disagreement with, okay, fights, maybe it was a physical fight. I don't know what y'all be doing out there in them streets, but I'm a lover, not a fighter. Paul, I thought I told you, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Michael, the girl is mine, all mine. The girl is mine. Okay, anyways. Shut up. That's good. Was that from Thriller album? Anyways, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. So for some of y'all, it's like there was somebody here that I feel like you might have had beef with, or an old fight or battle or struggle. And that could be internal. Okay. Maybe something that you have in the past struggled with, or people or a person that you have struggled with. It could be an opportunity in this next year where that may resurface in some capacity. And this is saying this is time for you to let this go, squash that beef. You have a new beginning here. It's let bygones be bygones. It came up again. Let bygones be bygones. One of your focuses for this next year is to peacefully release, literally came out, peacefully release anything and anyone that has caused you strife, that has caused a sense of conflict or aggravation in your life. It's time to like fully let that go. That season, that relationship, those people, whatever, that's done. It's in the past, and it's time to like let it go and move forward, right? So if it comes back up in this next year, or they do, or whatever, it's an opportunity for you to let that go. Okay. There are different times, like in the full moon, or certain retrogrades, like where the energy is really potent for that release. But you can do that anytime. You don't need a special time to do that. Okay. It's just making a decision to forget, like we said, forgive and move forward. Okay. Offer the apology, offer the forgiveness, use your wise minds, be the bigger person, and move forward. And it feels like there's a new beginning that's waiting for you on the other side of that conflict. So let it go. Let it go. Okay. There could be also in this next year a resolution to some kind of fight or argument that you've had, in terms of like maybe legally, that came up earlier, like maybe a legal dispute. So in this next year, you may be focusing on whatever judgment or decision is made regarding that. And maybe there's a little bit of, even though it feels like you have started over and have a new beginning, maybe some of that lingers a little bit into this next year. So be cautious about that. I don't see it being ending badly. It feels like, you know, you're going to fight for what's right and what's true, what we saw. And it does feel like the judgment is going to be either in your favor or it's going to lead to a new beginning for you. Maybe even something that's gifted to you or given to you out of that. But again, the overall general energy is telling me that you need to move on from any conflicts of your past because you have a lot of great stuff waiting for you on the other side. Okay, boo? All right. What about your birthday gifts? Let's put all of this back to do the birthday gifts so we can make sure we aren't missing anything. But that was your reading, the main spread. So we're going to get to all of the new, yummy, good coming for you, Libra. All of the new, good stuff coming for Librans. Birthday gifts. Okay, birthday gifts for Libra. What's the new yum good for Libra Libra? Woo. All right, Libra, what's the good stuff coming for Libra between now and their next birthday, or next October if you're not a Libra Sun? next Libra season. Ooh. Your social life could be kind of popping in this next year. You could be invited to some kind of parties, social gatherings. Maybe you're going to be making new friends or hanging out with friends, getting out, maybe dating for some of these single Librans. And then also the 401. So again, there could be in this next year some kind of, whether this is your party or someone else's, like a very significant event in your life or the life of somebody close to you or lives of somebody close to you, like a wedding, like a baby shower, a birth, a big ass birthday party, a family reunion, a graduation party or celebration, somebody's housewarming party. Okay, so it's giving something very significant coming. You could also be reunited with maybe some loved ones, maybe children, maybe family, maybe friends. There could be some sort of again, like a family reunion or friendship reunion, something like that that's happening in this next year. But I see your social card being a little bit full, Libra. It feels good, like you're going to be having some fun and getting out there and being social. Some of you also could be getting a new home, a new place to live for some of you as well. Like could be your housewarming. You could also be redecorating or sprucing up a place. Also gardening, I'm getting to for some of you as well. You also have the 7 of Wands. I think, you know, you're going to be setting some really good boundaries, getting better at setting boundaries. And being less afraid or less timid to do so. Maybe not saying, you know, feeling like there's a feeling in a sense of like you feel like all eyes are on you, maybe, or like you're being watched or people are monitoring you or something like that. But there's this feeling of sense of like it's not going to bother you as much. Like you're going to find ways to sort of protect yourself. You know what I'm getting to? For some of you, you could be installing a security system in your home, or maybe even getting like guard dogs or something like that. But there's something here where it's feeling like some of you guys are going to be installing some sort of like new security system or strapping up or doing something here to like protect yourself. Maybe even like learning martial arts or something like that, but finding ways to protect yourself in this next year. Okay. It could be also, I'm getting online security. So maybe you're doing something or installing something online to sort of protect yourself, or, you know, that could also be like, you know, your identity, like protecting your identity or something like that. Okay. What are other birthday gifts here for Libra? Libra, Libra. Ooh, the sun. Yes. Okay, boo. Leo energy. So this is beautiful. There's feeling like some of you could be connecting maybe with a Leo, but this is feeling like you're going to have a really happy year. Like this is going to be a year of a lot of joy and optimism, hopefulness, also with that 3 of Cups and the Sun card. Like very, very happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. That's the energy. Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. So I love that. It's feeling like also too for some of you who did go through some kind of heartbreak, 3 of Swords on the bottom. This is feeling like you're now on the sunny side of the street. You're over it. You have a new beginning, or new beginnings. Like you're feeling happy now that that's done. The dog days are over. The sadness has lifted. And now here's joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning, Libra. So happy. I love that for you. I love it. I love it. Things are being illuminated. You know that feeling of like when you just like sit out in the sun and you just like let the sun's rays just soak on you and you just lift your head to the sun and you're like, oh, it feels so good. It feels good. I feel so happy. It's that energy. So there's a new beginning. I feel like that's bringing you joy, Libra. Joy. That's a beautiful birthday gift. Listen, the sun is the happiest card in the deck. It trumps any other energy. So if you get nothing else, then just know this is going to be a happy year for you. New beginnings that are going to bring joy for you. Libra, Libra. Punta Grasa, hey. Punta Grasa, hey. Punta Grasa, hey. Punta Grasa is one of the parishes next to mine. Okay, it's a parish that's next to mine, and Punta Grasa literally means Point Grace. So that's beautiful. Maybe you have a lot of grace in this next year, Libra. I don't know what's going on, y'all. It's the election. Okay. The local one. All right. Libra. Any more birthday gifts for you? I don't know if you guys can even hear that, but it's loud. Oh, the star too, boo. Yeah, lots of renewed hope and optimism, renewed faith. Okay. A renewed sense of purpose. Yeah, no, y'all. Okay. I see if you've had it's the ending of a painful cycle for you, Libra. If you've been going through some stuff, it's done. It's over. All the rejection, all the heartbreak, all of the betrayals, all of those stabs in the back, all of the pain, all of the it's done. It's done and you've transformed. So there's an energy of transformation and releasing all that was behind you. And we got a lot of that in your reading. And it's looking forward to this transformative energy that's bringing about these renewed sense of hope and faith and optimism and new beginnings. You could be following some particular dreams. There could be new love coming towards you as well, boo. Let me see what's up with that 9 of Cups. It's kind of feeling like you're in that bliss bubble and nothing's gonna stop you now. The 2 of Cups didn't come out and wanted to come out. So clarifying that Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, there we go, Queen of Pentacles. So some of you definitely do have a new relationship, new love coming, okay? If you are single and ready to mingle, it could be with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could be with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Do not worry so much about the signs. Just know that this is clarifying the Knight of Cups. So it does feel like you've got potential new love that could be someone that you commit to in the long term. And oh my gosh, the bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So yeah, it's feeling like, and some of you waited a while for this, finally finding your match, a divine counterpart, someone here that matches your energy, where your level of commitment, your strength, your stability, someone who's really ready to like fully commit to this and to you and who wants that and is ready for it. Okay. So it's feeling like you know, you've got a great match here. It could also be a new business partner for some of you if that resonates as well. But it is feeling like you finally found someone, boo. Why am I freaking hearing now? Did I say something like we can build the stream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. I keep hearing. And if this world runs out of lovers, we still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Okay. Lord have mercy. All right, let's get it. Boo. It's time finally to make that birthday wish, my babies. Whether you are a Libra or not, it's that time. So we all get a wish right now, a wish right now, a wish right now. So think of what you would like to intentionally manifest from now until the next October of 2026. Think of it, hold it, hold it, hold it. All right, ready? One, two, three. All right, Libra. Happy birthday to you. If you are a Libran, if you're not, happy Libra season. Halloween's around the corner if you celebrate. If not, that's totally cool. Happy harvest. Happy fall back with the clocks, whatever's clever. Happy pumpkins. Happy fall leaves. Happy hot tea with a scarf and a sweater weather. All right, I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being a part of this channel. Again, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please leave those comments. I need your support. Since I'm doing premieres and not live streams, it means that the viewership's a little lower than normal. So especially on these single sign readings, I really could use the extra support, hypes, whatever you want to do to help your girl Jess. I appreciate you. I am going to be coming back around for more readings soon. I'm sending you guys again so much love. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'd love to have you join us here. All right, beijinhos, abrazos, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. My brother's birthday is October 14th. So happy birthday to Paul. All right, bye you guys. Love.